Hi, my name is Cristina Gutierrez-Brewster. I'm an English teacher, and today I'll be discussing with you certain team building and cooperation activities that you can play with children. Now, when you're building teamwork exercises, there are a lot of the go-to ones that we all know from when we're younger. One of the ones that is a favorite of a lot of teachers is to play Follow the Leader. And in this game, it's pretty common. You assign one student to be the leader, and then the other students in the class will follow that student around in terms of physical action. So if the student raises his or her hands, then all the other students have to raise their hands. Pretty basic, but it gets everybody moving, and they can do some pretty silly stuff, and it's pretty fun. Second thing you can do is play a game of tug of war, or tug-o-war. Tug-of-war is where you just have the rope in between two groups of students, and you can have whether it's 2 students on one side or 5 to 10 students on one side. You can make it as big as you want, where you can have the 2 teams try to pull the rope to see who can get the center ball or flag or whatever to their side. That kind of stimulates a lot of cooperation, and they like to play it because they want to compete and win. Third game, which is a favorite of mine, is called All Tangled Up. Now, Tangled Up is pretty easy to set up. You don't need any materials. You just have the students stand around in a circle. Sometimes you'll need to break down the groups if you have a large classroom, about 5 to 8 students in each group. They all put their hands out, and then they have to grab each other's hands. So every person must have somebody else's hand, but they don't want to have the same hand. So Mikey and Sally can't be grabbing both of their arms. So they reach in the center, they grab different hands, and the point of the tangled up exercise is to have each student, without letting go of their hands, to try to maneuver themselves to escape from the tangled mess and become one big circle. Now, what's interesting about this game is that there is always a way to have one big circle at the end. No matter how they put their hands together or cross them this way or that way, they can maneuver themselves so that way they end up in one big circle. The final thing you can play is called 3 Things, also called 1 Truth, 2 Lies, or you can switch it around to do 2 truths, 1 lie. And essentially what the students do is they think of 3 things. One thing can be, if you're doing 1 truth, 2 lies, you're doing 1 truth about themselves. So I really like to ride bicycles. And the other 2 things have to be lies. I have jumped out of a plane, or I have ice skated before. And what the students go around doing is trying to guess which one is the truth, which one is the lie. And that kind of helps them, at least as an icebreaker, to get to know each other. And that's always good for cooperation. With those 4 things, hopefully you can get a little bit of cooperation, some team building going on in your classroom or your home. And once again, my name is Cristina Gutierrez-Brewster. I'm an English teacher. Thank you for joining me today.